Hi, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing good. We're going to be doing a reading for you today. We're going to start with the astrology portion. If you don't want to see the astrology portion, I'm going to have it timestamped in the comment section below. I have the charts and the transits right next to me, and if you take a look over at the transit section, we have the moon opposing Venus, moon trining Mars, moon squaring Jupiter, moon conjunct Pluto, and then we also have Mars quincunx Saturn. That's kind of the focus I'm looking at right now. We are, yes, in Virgo season, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, which will be coming to an end in a few weeks. But I'm kind of seeing this energy here where it's like with the Mars quincunx Saturn, I feel like that's a really beautiful energy. This is where you're going to start seeing a little bit of movement. Specifically, I feel like in your love life is what's coming up for me with the moon opposing Venus, and then we have it trining Mars. Like, it's just a really... It's really nice. It's one of those things where I feel like you're starting to see alignment in things that you had previously felt but weren't seeing. And so we've been kind of talking about this, like moving through this energy of knowing things are coming but not really seeing it. Now I feel like you're really starting to see it. It's starting to kind of really ground into the emotional space, whereas before it was really mental, it was very... I don't know, cerebral and just coming down from the ethers, right? And I feel like now that you've kind of accepted a lot of the things that you know you deserve, you're now starting to feel that manifest into your reality. And that's why I really, really like this Mars trine Pluto energy. And we also have the moon conjunct Pluto. Even though moon conjunct Pluto can feel a little bit, it can feel a little bit shadowy. It's like your shadow side may be being triggered. Because I feel like it's one of those things where you're now starting to see this movement, whereas like you may have like some sort of like old cycle in a relationship has come to an end, and because of that a new cycle has begun, whether that's somebody moving away from a past person to work on things with you, or whether that's you ending a cycle with a current person to begin a new cycle with them to create something more stable and solid, right? But the only issue I'm seeing is like the Mars opposing Neptune, and I feel like just because of Mars is a very action-oriented planet. Neptune is, if I remember correctly, Neptune has to do a lot with like spiritual abilities and stuff like that. And so it's one of those things where you're really needing to use your intuition to make decisions. Saturn, like being quincunx with Mars, you're getting a lot of really beneficial karmic energies moving in, all of those old cycles closing out as we're moving through these retrogrades. This is like quintessential past energies coming up to be closed out. And as you're closing out things and as you're letting things go, you're creating space for new things to come in, right? We have Chiron trining Venus, which I think is really nice, but we also have Venus squaring Jupiter. The Venus, I don't know how long it's going to be squaring Jupiter for, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's still in the process of manifesting. So we always talk about the tree of life and the process of manifestation, where the energy moves from the ethers to the mind, to the heart, and down into our reality. And that's where I feel like we're at now. We're starting to have a lot of really deep wounding come up, right? With the, what was it? What were we just talking about? I guess, I mean, Chiron trine Venus, but there was another one that I was just looking at, Venus square Jupiter. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired, so I'm doing my best to read these energies. But again, I feel like you have a lot of this really wounded energy coming up in your relationships, but I feel like it's being healed. It's being let go of, and these new things that you're seeing come into your life are essentially helping you let go of things. So if you have old cycles coming up, or you have past people coming back around, keep in mind past people can be, if somebody from yesterday, somebody from a week ago, it's literally just the past, right? So anybody at any time from the past can be coming back to help you heal certain things. And by doing so, that's really allowing you to find a new way forward in terms of really learning to embody what it is you know you deserve. And what I mean by that is like understanding that these beautiful things that are coming into your life are because you do deserve them. And while I know a lot of people say there's no reason to start a new relationship during Venus retrograde, this to me doesn't really feel like a new relationship. This feels like a new cycle, and either a current relationship or a past relationship coming up to be healed, right? But more than anything, at the end of the day, I feel like this is a really good time for you to reflect on how your own wounding and how your own shadow may be getting in the way of you accepting these blessings. So if you have somebody coming around trying to work on things with you, what inside of you is being triggered, and what do you feel like you have to do in order to kind of not let that get in the way of starting this new cycle, right? I'm going to leave it there. We're going to hop right into the tarot portion. If you want to book a personal reading, subscribe to Patreon, or listen to my music, everything's in the description. I will never contact you for a reading in any way, shape, or form. Only way to book a reading with me is to DM me on Instagram or send me an email. Keep in mind it's going to take about 1 to 2 weeks for that to get out to you. But that said, keep in mind this reading is general. I already got some cards. Please don't force it if it doesn't fit. We already got a little stack we're going to take. We're starting out with the Book of Thoth Tarot. But yeah, I hope y'all are having a really good day. I hope your day has been well. We're just going to tap in, man. I literally just got a stack, so we're going to read it and see what we have. So we have the Four of Cups, Nine of Pentacles reverse, 10 of Pentacles reverse, 5 of Pentacles, what is this, the Devil reverse, Queen of Wands reverse, 9 of Cups, and the Fool reverse. So something is done. Somebody here is really done. Somebody's not happy about it. I feel like this is your person deciding they're no longer going to be tolerating some sort of relationship. I don't know if this is if it was a long-standing commitment, or if this is something where it was just some kind of situationship. But with the Fool reversed, I don't feel like there's a risk being taken here. What I'm seeing here, I feel like somebody tried to come back around. We have Knight of Swords bottom of the deck, as well as the 7 of Wands under that. I feel like somebody tried to come back around towards your person, trying to put up one last fight, but the only problem is it's Queen of Wands reverse and the Devil reverse. So this person's in a... I'm seeing it a few ways. I'm seeing it whereas somebody... they're not showing the fact that they're in this energy, right? Devil reverse, they're maybe trying to act like, okay, hey, I really want to come around and I want to fix this with you. They're very passionate and they're very willing to work on something, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of selfishness here, and I feel like this is because whoever this is to your person is in a very toxic, codependent energy, and they're having a hard time accepting the fact that this is coming to an end. Right? If this is you dealing with somebody, this is you essentially in this space of willing to work through an issue in your relationship. So I'm kind of seeing it in multiple ways, right? I'm seeing this whereas like your person's no longer investing into some old karmic cycle, some old karmic relationship has come to an end. I don't feel like it ended amicably. I feel like there was a lot of drama involved in this relationship. But again, I feel like because of that, this is allowing your person to really get into a space of healing. And the reason I say so is because we have the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles to me in this type of energy feels like somebody who, it's like they feel left behind, but it's because they chose to leave the relationship with you behind, or because I don't know, it's either that or the person that they're leaving behind. It's like they're also mourning the loss of this. Just because it was a difficult situation or a karmic relationship doesn't mean that it's any easier to heal from. Whenever you get out of something like that, karmic relationships come here to teach us lessons. And when those lessons are learned, those soul contracts are closed out and completed. And by doing that, you still do have to heal from that, right? And so if you're kind of seeing, if you watched the astrology portion, we were talking about the intuitive insights of feeling the emotional connection in a new cycle in a relationship, but not necessarily seeing it full on. And I feel like that's because this energy is here, the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles, right? This is an energy of somebody who is essentially just not dealing with anybody right now. This is somebody who's trying to get their finances in order, right? 10 of Pentacles reverse, 9 of Pentacles reverse. Somebody who, if they do come forward, there may be some financial issues they are dealing with. There may be a living situation here that is fallen out, and they may need your support. I don't know if you know this person well enough for them to ask to live with you, but this looks like somebody that would perhaps do that. And so just understand that, like, while this person may want to come back around to work on the relationship with you, there are some underlying factors here. I don't see them holding that back from you. I don't see them pretending like that's not an issue. More than anything, I just see somebody here who is no longer investing in an old karmic relationship, but I do feel like that is tied to a living situation. I'd like to clarify the 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles reverse, please. Okay. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. We have the 10 of Cups, we have Queen of Pentacles, and we have Death. Somebody here wants a rebirth with you. I'm going to be completely honest. I feel like I just keep picking up on this energy where somebody just needs support. That doesn't always mean financial. It doesn't even have to be a living situation. I feel like this is somebody here who has lost so much. It's like by not dealing with this relationship, they've fallen out with friends. They may have fallen out with family. There may have been some sort of issue where it's almost like this person is torn. Because part of them understands the fact that that relationship that they did have with this person was stable at one point. You know, it was something that could have been fruitful, but I feel like that came to an end. And I feel like that's because this person here was very controlling, very manipulative, and very toxic, and quite honestly very hurtful. This could be somebody who uses their charm to manipulate people and may have had many options. Let's be honest, they may have had many options that your person was not aware of. And I feel like this person that you're dealing with is now, it's actually very sad, because it's this energy where somebody, it's like hindsight is 20/20, right? Somebody here is seeing what they could have had here with you. And they still do want to have a rebirth. They want to redo this. But it's only after all of this has come to an end. And it's a process where it's like, again, we've talked about they're grieving still. This person is somebody who's grieving the loss of a lifestyle, grieving the loss of finances, grieving the loss of somebody that they probably did care for at one point. I don't really feel like that emotion is still there. I feel like a lot of those feelings of love that your person may have had for this person are pretty much gone. And that may have been what came up in the conversation. And like it's one of those things where I'm seeing this person came back around to try to work things out or talk things out. And your person was very open and honest with how they feel and don't feel, and how they don't feel the same, how they no longer want to invest in this relationship. I'd like to see how are they moving towards you, because it looks like they're already closing this out. And I feel like this Death, Queen of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups here feels like something where they're trying to have a rebirth with your situation here. So let's clarify that, please. Yeah, so Prince of Cups, bottom of the deck, can be an apology, can be an emotional offer, can just be a small expression of love. It doesn't have to be anything big. We have 9 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like this is somebody here who caused a lot of issues. That's an understatement with this 7 of Swords. This is somebody who, they were very deceitful. I feel like this person knows that the reason things came to an end between you two is because they were hiding a lot. Right? They may have even revealed some things to you. That's also what I'm seeing here. This is somebody who, with the 9 of Wands and the 7 of Swords, they've revealed a lot of the secrets. They've begun to reveal things to you slowly, right? The Prince of Cups, and I feel like here we go, we have 3 of Wands bottom of the deck, and the 6 of Swords. I feel like this is somebody who, it's like they're slowly revealing the fact that they're done with somebody from their past, slowly revealing what happened. It's just in pieces. I feel like somebody here is trying to heal something in moderation. This is somebody who is trying to take it one step at a time, because as they're moving away from whatever this toxic, relationship is, they're moving into a space of peace. And I feel like that's because they were also lied to and manipulated. It's also what I'm seeing with the 7 of Swords and the Prince of Cups. Can you clarify that, please? 7 of Swords, Prince of Cups. You have the Ace of Wands. We have the Magician reversed, Nine of Swords reversed, and the Eight of Wands. So, Five of Swords, bottom of the deck. There was a lot of conflict in this relationship here. Right? Not healthy at all. Ace of Wands, it was a lot of passion. I think, this is not even focusing. Yeah. I think your person realized that's all there was. Magician reversed, Nine of Swords reversed, and the Eight of Wands. A lot of passion, no love. And I feel like this is because it's interesting. It's like almost as if somebody's worst fears are coming true about somebody that they chose to invest in. Again, the timeline's going to be different for everybody, so whether or not this person is still with this person, or they've already ended things, or this person ended things with them, it's going to be different for everybody. But it's something that was very painful. Okay, it's not moving anymore. That's what I'm seeing with the Eight of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Magician reversed. And the Nine of Swords reversed, excuse me. I don't see this going anywhere. I feel like somebody is just like no longer willing to... This passion is gone. This passion is no longer there. Even if there was once some sort of stable foundation between these people, it's like somebody just is now seeing how somebody really is. And I feel like they're seeing it through other people. Notice we're not getting a lot of court cards today. We've only gotten a few here. And so I really don't feel like... I feel like there's just a lot being cut out. And I don't feel like it's just this relationship. I feel like, again, it's friends, family, job situations. Like, I feel like this is somebody who's not happy with where their life is at right now. I feel like this is somebody who has to... Magician reverse and the Ace of Wands. This is somebody who has to portray themselves to be a certain way. They may have an image to uphold, but it's not authentic to who they are. Seven of Swords, Page of Cups. They're not being honest with themselves, and if they are being honest with themselves, they're not yet doing it openly, right? So if this is somebody with the Eight of Wands here, who's somebody who may have a lot of traction in whatever industry they are in, perhaps they are a high-profile person. I feel like this is somebody who's surrounded by a lot of fake individuals, somebody who's surrounded just by a lot of superficiality, and this is somebody who's now recognizing that by them being in this energy, they attracted these types of people into their lives, like these types of conflicts and relationships, right? Queen of Cups under that. Five of Swords and the Queen of Cups, that is extreme emotional manipulation. That is like bullying. That is like somebody straight bullying somebody. So if your person is still in a situation, this is a very toxic situation. I feel like it's somebody who is basically whatever your person was doing to you, like if they ghosted you or whatever it is they did, if they were, you know, spreading lies about you or gossiping about you, all of that's now being done to this person, you know, and I don't wish that upon anybody, and I wouldn't recommend you do that either. I would be very cautious about the energy that you do send out, even to people that have wronged you, because again, while that's no excuse, that energy can and will come back to you should you put that out there, right? Let's kind of move off of that. Let's go ahead and open up another deck here. We're going to use the Hieronymus Bosch. I want to see what comes out. Let's see what else we have here. Any other messages? Because we're pretty much seeing like a huge ending that's already came to an end or about to end. And somebody who seems to want to revamp things with you. So bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Coins. Yep, this is somebody who may have financial issues. Schemes, business, success by cheating. We have a huge stack. I guess we'll take them. We have the Queen of Coins. We have the, what is this, the Baron of Birds? Prince of Books, excuse me. King of Coins, which is basically King of Pentacles. What is this? Queen of Vessels, which is Queen of Cups in this deck. I can't read these backwards, I'm sorry. The Barrel Boy. We're going to leave it there. We have a lot of cards. We're going to kind of take these and probably move on to the other stacks. So Queen of Coins says asking for help, poverty, using your skills. Prince of Books says dominance, overcoming challenges, and patience. King of Coins is hoarding, inheritance, unwillingness to share. Queen of Vessels, gambling, never satisfied in female lust. The Barrel Boy, stillness, patience, inner reflection, and restraint. So I'm being drawn to the Barrel Boy. If you guys have watched my channel long enough to when I first got this deck, I do not know if you recall what this card represents, but the whole story of this card here is this is somebody who is essentially trapped in a barrel. And there's people around them that are spewing toxicity into this barrel, but what ends up happening is this barrel ends up filling up, and by the time it fills up, this person is freed from that. So this to me tells me that we're being drawn back to who your person is being freed from. I feel like your person has been around people who are using them for their money, using them for their time, for their resources, for their energy. I am seeing energy vampires. I am seeing toxicity. I am seeing manipulation. I am seeing corruption. I mean, it's bad. And I feel like your person is now seeing that. Sun at the bottom of the deck here, right? 5 of Wands bottom of the deck here. Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords, okay? This is a massive illumination here. This is somebody who I feel like chose, if this is a relationship your person chose to invest in, that is crashed and burned. 10 of Swords, that's over with, like we've been talking about. Again, because there was just too much conflict. There's too much conflict in the situation, and I feel like it was causing a lot of issues in your person's life. And I feel like these people are probably still connected in some kind of way. We do have, I'm pretty sure this is Leo here, 6 of Wands bottom of the deck. I think this is the card of Leo. I think that's a Leo symbol. I can't even really tell. It looks very similar. I do not know. And then we have 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. So there is a victory to be had. This is, you know, there's a lot behind the scenes I feel like that were hidden. This is kind of very similar to what was coming out the last reading. But we're now seeing the progression of that, where somebody is making their way out of that, right? I don't necessarily know if this is this person coming towards you just yet. This to me feels like somebody who really just needs to, it's not even that they're stuck, but it's like things need to be handled one thing at a time, right? So it's like you deal with this karmic relationship, and then you have to start to look at, well, what led me to this relationship? What type of people was I around? What was I involved in? What kind of spaces was I in that got me to this space? So this is somebody here who's piecing everything together, and it's kind of like the calm after the storm, right? So all of this crazy stuff went on, and now this person's in this space of really reflecting on, how did I get here? What do I need to do from this point forward? But so I feel like, I mean, yeah, Princess of Swords bottom of the deck, and then Princess of Cups bottom of the deck. No, Prince of Swords, excuse me. Then 8 of Pentacles here, as well as Art. So yeah, I do feel like this person, I really feel like they're just going to like spew a bunch of words. I don't know if they do come forward to say anything, it's not something I feel like they like don't know how to communicate it. I feel like so much has happened between you and in their own life that they don't even know where to start. But they do want to bring balance to this, and they do want to work on this with you here. They really do want to heal this with you, right? This is, to me, reminds me a lot of Temperance, right? This is the card that it really reminds me of Temperance. This is somebody who wants to come back together, to have a very honest conversation, but just understand that they may not necessarily know how to communicate. This is to me, it looks like somebody that isn't familiar with having to communicate their feelings in a way that you may be requiring them to do. You may have a certain level of standards that this person is not used to, and it's almost like you're making this person want to change and become a better person, not because you're forcing them to, but because you are inspiring them to. We're going to take a look at the other stack here. I'm going to read them off, and then I'll show them to you. So we have King of Birds, we have the Lovers, that's really nice. We have Ace of Skates, and the Surgeon. Okay, so that's really good. This is somebody who wants to purify a relationship. The Lovers, Ace of Skates, which is a combination of the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords, and then the Surgeon. Surgeon being health, removal of blockages, and unnecessary worry. So if you're worried about whether or not this person wants to work on this with you, I would say that it's pretty unfounded that they do want to work on this with you, right? But just be aware of any instabilities that you may have faced with this person in the past, and be aware that this person may still be in an unstable place, right? This may be somebody who does have addictions. They may have, you know, a drinking problem. They may have a drug problem. There may be all kinds of addictions that this person has used to cope with not only the loss of your relationship, whether or not you're actually together. See, it's interesting because I don't feel like you're really apart. I just feel like maybe this person decided to go in a particular direction. You may have made an offer, the offer wasn't reciprocated, and so now this person's kind of trying to make a decision about, well, how can I fix this? What do I have to do to bring this back into balance? The collective here has done a lot. I feel like this person is seeing how much you have done for like good things. Like you've shown up for this person, you've been stable for this person, and this person is now seeing the fact that you've been very stable with them. They're now seeing the fact that you weren't necessarily the one that was causing issues. And it may not have even really been them. It may have been a combination of both of you, your trauma, and other people in either of your lives that may have been causing issues. Right? It's really interesting reading. It's like I'm seeing healing, I'm seeing progress, I'm seeing growth. Let's go ahead and get some more clarity on this whole Lovers, King of Birds. King of Birds being the card of purification. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the Wayfarer, which is the Fool. Yep. So Fool did come out. The Fool came out in reverse earlier, but now it's coming out in the upright. We have Christ Child, which is the Sun. We have Sin of Lust. And then we have, what is this? Page of Books. That's not bad, man. I mean, we have the Sun, we have the Fool. This person, I think, has been actually really working on themselves, right? With the Page of Books here. I feel like this is somebody who's been really focusing on their healing. This is somebody who's actually really looking at how they may have you. It's like they may have been in a very lustful energy in the past, right? This may be somebody who is very easily swayed by lustful situations, somebody who needed to learn the difference between love and lust. And I feel like all of this that's been happening, they're seeing the truth now, right? And with the Two of Wands at the, with the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck here, I don't feel like this is somebody who's confused anymore. I feel like this is somebody who, with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, they know what they want. And the Lovers here, the Sun and the Fool, they know that they want you. Whether or not they've expressed that is aside from the point. I don't necessarily feel like they have. And they may not, you know, it's going to depend on everybody, right? This may be somebody who is a little ashamed and may not want to come forward because they know that if they do come forward, they will have to reveal a lot of the things that were hidden in the first place. And so I feel like this is why this person is apprehensive, because they don't necessarily know how to approach you just yet. But just know that, yes, this person does love you. They do see a future with you here, and they do see the potential for this to turn into something. We did have the Ace of Pentacles. We had the Ace of Cups. We had the Ace of Skates. We have a lot of new energy. This is somebody who is starting a new cycle in their own life, and by doing that, it's allowing them to understand how to start a new cycle with you. Okay, let me go ahead and get some final advice here. We're going to go ahead and just pull from the Book of Thoth. No, I'm actually still being drawn to the Hieronymus Bosch. Final advice here for you. Knight of Books. Okay, Knight of Books says arguments, new ideas, and teaching. Then we have King of Books, Prince of Skates, and Ignorance. Okay, King of Books, Prince of Skates, and Ignorance. Keep in mind this card here is essentially, I mean, I have to look at it closer, but there's, yeah, I feel like somebody feels dumb. And now I'm not laughing at them, this is how it's coming through. This person, it's like they're laughing almost at themselves because it's almost comedic at how this person didn't see this before. Because if you pay attention to this card, this person here is looking straight at the camera, but all these other people here are just like, you know, focused on this one thing, but this person here knows. So this is somebody who doesn't fit in. I don't feel like they fit into the group that they're in. And because of that, that's where the indecision is coming from. This is a card of indecision here. And I feel like they're keeping this to themselves because they know that if if they come towards to you, there may be people that won't be happy about that. And I feel like it's whoever this is, whoever this group they're involved with. Remember, we had the Ten of Pentacles reversed, right? So they're falling out with a group, but they may not be saying anything about it. They may be keeping a lot of things to themselves about their actual desires that they're going to be acting upon, or any actions that they may be taking. This is somebody who is really moving in silence, right? This is somebody who is seeing the truth about everybody around them. And they don't like what they see. They don't like how their life looks right now. They don't like the people they're around. They don't like the person that they become by being involved with these people. And so this is somebody who is actively working on getting out of that. But it's going to take time. And I feel like that's the advice coming through here for you, is to understand that if this person isn't revealing a lot to you right now, they may just be giving you little hints here and there, right? This is also what I'm seeing with this card. This is somebody who may be just, I don't know, giving you little like vague hints here and there, maybe on their social media, or maybe just if you are in communication with this person, this is something where they may just be hinting at what they're doing. They may not feel comfortable revealing everything. This may be a very private person. King of Books. I feel like this is somebody who really likes to, keep to themselves. This is somebody who might be a teacher to other people, somebody that people look up to. And then we have Temptation. And then we have the Knight of Birds. And so this is somebody who is like, they're being cautious before taking their next steps forward. It's like at one point they may have succumbed to the temptations around them, right? We saw how they were involved in all kinds of craziness with relationships and friends and environments and lifestyles. But I feel like this person isn't really acting the same. It's like somebody's trying to play the role so that other people don't ask questions. It's like they don't want other people to know what it is they're going to be doing, because if they do, there may be some people that are remember, we had the Queen of Wands reverse. That's a dangerous person. That's a dangerous individual. Somebody that your person could be afraid of what they will do or say. Maybe there's some kind of information they don't want to get out about their relationship, or maybe this person is just known to be very manipulative and use their connections to lie and steal and do all kinds of things to paint your person out to be somebody that they're not. And so I feel like your person's trying to avoid all of this altogether, right? And I feel like you are being protected from all of this. I feel like more than anything, this person just needs a friend, right? Page of Berries, Page of Birds. This is somebody who's very sad and very lonely, and they just need a friend, right? They need your support. If you want to give that to them, if they come and asking for it, totally up to you. Free will is a thing, but we are actually out of time. I'm going to have to leave it there. If you want to book a personal reading, subscribe to my Patreon, or listen to my music. Everything is in the description. Never going to contact you for a reading ever. Only way to do it is email or DM on Instagram. But that said, I love you so much. I hope this reading resonated, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next reading. Goodbye.